She didn't flinch when she said it, as if $680,000 meant nothing, as if the years I spent grinding, sacrificing, bleeding behind a desk were just background noise. "We're gifting the house to my brother, as a graduation present." Her voice was sugar-coated poison, smooth, practiced. Then she looked at me with that same bored indifference she'd perfected over 12 years of marriage and added, almost casually, "And you're not invited to the party." The room froze. Time held its breath. Even the clock on the wall sounded like it hesitated between ticks. I stared at her, at the woman I once trusted with everything, my home, my money, my heart. She scrolled her phone, nails tapping like Morse code for "I don't care." My jaw tightened. My tongue tasted metallic anger. But my voice remained still water. I didn't argue. I didn't beg, shout, or reason. I simply turned to the man beside me, my lawyer, silent like a loaded gun waiting for a finger on the trigger, and asked, "You want to tell them, or should I?" Her parents blinked. Confusion. Innocent confusion. They didn't know. Of course they didn't. Not yet. I felt the moment stretch, delicate as glass, ready to break. The satisfaction wasn't in the explosion, it was in the anticipation of the shatter. And so, I said nothing. Let it simmer. 3 days later, everything burned beautifully. It started as love. Doesn't it always? Her smile once disarmed me. Her voice once quieted storms. I believed we were partners, equals. I paid off her parents' mortgage without hesitation. They were drowning. I threw them rope. $680,000 cleared, the banker said. I felt proud, generous, stupid. After the transfer, she grew strangely distant, like a door slowly closing, inch by inch. Late nights, whispered calls, sudden family errands she didn't want me joining. The scent of expensive cologne on her coat, not mine, never mine. I asked softly once. She laughed, brushed it off. Paranoid husband. But paranoia is just intuition that learned to think. Then she began pushing the idea of gifting the house. Her brother had potential, she said, deserved a future. It was the right thing to do. I watched the words drip from her lips like honey hiding knives. Something felt off. No, everything felt off. Love had hollowed. Respect had vanished. Only expectation remained. She wanted me useful, not present, a wallet, not a man. And I felt the betrayal bloom inside me like a bruise. I didn't confront her, not then. Instead, I smiled, soft, polite, dead behind the eyes. While she slept, I checked our shared accounts, transfer history, hidden withdrawals, gifts bought, not for me. While she showered, I scrolled her messages reflected in the screen of her iPad, deleted threads reconstructed from backup. While she visited her brother, again, I followed the trail she never thought I'd look for. Her brother, he wasn't just a brother. He was leverage, a pawn she adored, the golden child, her parents' pride and joy. I noticed her family's tone shift when speaking to me, less gratitude, more entitlement, as if my success belonged to them by proximity. I booked a meeting with my lawyer quietly, updated my will, revised asset ownership structures, transferred the villa in Switzerland solely to my name. She noticed none of it. She was too busy planning a housewarming for a home she thought she owned. I watched her excitement, her arrogance. Inside, rage coiled like a serpent. Not loud, focused, waiting. When she finally announced her decision so casually, gifting the house, excluding me from the celebration, I knew the play was over. She thought she'd won. She couldn't see the trap already beneath her feet. 3 days later, her brother's graduation party filled the house. My house. Laughter, music, champagne bubbles rising like undeserved joy. They expected me to stay away. I arrived anyway, not to celebrate, to witness. My wife's face paled when she saw me standing at the doorway with my lawyer beside me, hands steady, pulse cold. I handed her a document folder. She opened it. Silence swallowed the room. Inside was the real deed, ownership under my sole name. Her signature nowhere. The mortgage payoff legally categorized as a loan, not a gift. She trembled. What is this?" she whispered. My voice was a scalpel. Reality. Her brother lunged forward, voice cracking. "You can't do this! The house is ours!" "It never was," I replied. Her parents stared, betrayal ricocheting across their faces, but not at me, at her. Because attached to the deed was proof of her secret accounts. Withdrawals she made using my money. Messages planning trips with someone I didn't recognize. Gasps, accusations. Her mask slipping, cracking, shattering. I felt nothing, just completion. I didn't shout, didn't fight. I simply walked to the center of the room, lifted my glass, and said, "Thank you all for coming to see the house. One last time. You have 15 minutes to leave." Chaos followed like dominoes falling. Her brother yelled, her mother cried, her father begged, and my wife, my once beloved, sank to her knees, whispering apologies through tears that came too late. I watched her break with the same detachment one watches rain slide down glass. Beautiful, distant, untouchable. Phones buzzed, messages spread. The party evacuated, leaving confetti like evidence of arrogance. 3 weeks later, on Thanksgiving, her daughter-in-law, now my ex-wife's side of the family, called and said, "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." I almost laughed. Instead, I said one word: enjoy. Then I sent them photos of me in Switzerland, fireplace lit, wine aged older than their entitlement, the villa balcony overlooking snow-kissed mountains. My phone rang 71 times. I didn't answer a single call. Silence is a beautiful revenge. Not rage, not violence, just absence. I learned something in the wreckage of that marriage. Some people love the benefits, not the man. Some relationships survive on what you give, not who you are. And when you stop giving, they show you their teeth. I sipped my wine, watched flakes of snow drift like falling memories. No anger remained, no longing, just a quiet truth. I didn't lose her, I released her. And walking away never felt colder or better.